So I've been using the Rock Silent Shrimps for a few months on my split keyboard until recently I accidentally bought some new switches from Amazon on Black Friday deals, and I think I found my new favorite tactile switch. I'm talking about Gateron Baby Kangaroo version 2.0. Let's dive into details why I like them so much. If you're only interested into typing experience, timecodes are down below. So it came with pretty generic packaging. In some markets they have some fancy packages, but I was not so lucky. A bit of technical specification details. There is a diagram of the actuation. So it's a tactile switch with some crisp bump near the top of actuation, which also called P-shape tactility bump. There are some other details of this keyboard. Most importantly, actuation force is somewhere in a higher mid-range. It has almost zero pre-travel of tactility bump. The full key travel is quite short for MX type switches, so usually it's 4mm. You can see some materials used. It's also factory looped, has support for LED, SMD, and it has double stage spring, which makes it quite bouncy. So I never used the original Gateron Baby Kangaroo. I don't know, I don't have anything to compare with, but some people on the internet saying they're a bit lighter and less clunky, but I actually prefer a bit heavier tactility of these switches, and I don't have any issues with sound. From the Gateron website they say that the switch has upgraded its light guide pole structure and pins for a better user experience while retaining the highly transparent cover, nylon P66 milky base, and bright green pom stem of the original Baby Kangaroo switch. Also, it looks like they improved LED support and pins now a bit thicker, which some people say is not good because it might wear out your hot swap sockets faster, but at least it sits tighter. Now let's talk about the most important part, about typing experience. So at first I felt too low travel. I was keep bottoming them out and it was not comfortable. But after some time I actually got used to mostly bottoming out my keys, applying a bit less pressure, and I feel like overall I can type faster. Another good thing, they're extremely smooth stock. I don't think you need to loop them unless you absolutely want to do it, but they're so smooth stock. Tactility feels a bit lighter on my Rock Shrimps, but it's still good for my taste, and it has nice crisp P-shape tactility bump. After using Kangaroos for a week, I tried to switch back to my Silent Shrimps, and it felt not very comfortable. I got used to these bouncy keys, and yeah, now I moved back to Kangaroos, so I'm stuck with them officially. I don't know for how long, but I think I found my perfect switch. So overall, they have nice tactility bump, while being very smooth, they have pleasant sound, and they look quite nice too. So now let's do some typing tests. I will use my Sofle split keyboard. It has carbon fiber plate and foam in between plate and PCB. And I also will use my wife's stock Maker Cidoo Nebula 60% keyboard. So I have only one downside for Baby Kangaroos. Some of them actually have quite noticeable spring pink. I will show you now in examples. Yeah, so it's better to buy a little bit more so you can pick the best switches if you want to build your keyboard. Price-wise in Germany it was around 23 euro for a pack of 36 switches, and I don't need more because I'm mostly using my 34 key setup. Price per switch is 0.6 euro, making them one of more affordable, but keep in mind the price without discount is 0.777 euro per switch, which is kinda mid-range. As a price example, Silent Shrimps, which is another switch which I own, they were 32 euro per 40 switches, which means, well, 0.8 euro per switch. And another one is Sunflower Tier 1s, they were 35 euro per 60 switches, yeah, which makes them 0.75 per switch, which is about the same. Another switches I have but I don't use at all are Cidoo Carda. They were stock on my wife's Maker Cidoo Nebula keyboard. They were good for the price of 0.29 per switch, but too light to my taste, because they are linear and I'm not so fan of linear switches. Another one is Maker Budget. Nice tactile switches, cost quite cheap, but way too loud for my taste. So to conclude this review, I actually like the switches. They are not silent by any means, but the smoothness and bounciness make them so pleasant. And the shorter key travel, I thought it will be an issue at first, but it was not at all. Clear housing makes them nice for RGB, which is a plus because I want to build my next keyboard with per key RGB, and they will be definitely part of this build. So if you like smooth tactile switches with nice and pronounced tactility, these ones are good for you. So what do you think about Gateron Baby Kangaroos version 2.0? Or maybe you prefer some other switches? Let's discuss it in the comments. So regarding this channel future, I think it's the last video related to switches. I want to focus on other topics. I'm pretty much satisfied with switches I have currently. My topic for non-silent switches is Baby Kangaroo, obviously. For silent, still the Rock Silent Shrimps. And I don't plan to buy any more switches. A little teaser, the next video will be on split keyboards in general, about my experience for about 9 months with them. Also, I've been using thumb trackball mouse for a few months, and now I have this beauty to build. Leave a comment if you know what is this, what's inside this box. Thank you for watching till the end. So if you like this video, you can like, you can also subscribe to motivate me to release more videos and do them faster. And yeah, thank you, see you in the next one.